Hi everyone, I am in my closet here, just kind of chilling with my streetlights because I gotta talk to you guys for a sec. So, I want to do a video today about something that people have been kind of asking me to do, because a lot of people, when it comes to wiring certain types of streetlights up, people don't entirely know how to do it. And I'm referring to streetlights that use 240 volt hookups. So, I'm not going to talk about 480. I have no interest in talking about how to wire up 480, as that is a completely different level of voltage. So, but I do want to talk about 240 now. I know there's lots of you streetlight collectors out there that have 240 volt streetlights, or get them. And sometimes I know you guys just don't know how to hook them up, because 240 is a little bit different to work with when you're not working on the utility side of it. When you're hooking these up in your house, I know a lot of people love 120. It's very easy. All you got is a hot and a neutral. But when it comes to 240, you got actually two hots, and sometimes you do have a neutral. Sometimes you don't, but sometimes you do. And today I'd like to do a video just to show you guys how I hook up 240 volts in my apartment. Now, you guys are probably thinking, in an apartment, you can get 240 volts in an apartment? Yes, you can, and I'm going to show you why you guys can actually get 240 volts in your apartment, and actually how you can hook up a 240 volt streetlight, just even in an apartment or like in your house. I know a lot of you guys are in your house, and this video hopefully will help you guys understand how to do this. Now, this is kind of a half-ass way to do it. It's a little unsafe sometimes, and I'll show you guys why. Just a little disclaimer, so please watch this video to the fullest. I know some of you guys will turn off my videos, not watch them, but all the way through. But please watch this entire video, because this can be a little dangerous sometimes. So I just want to make sure you guys understand. And I know a lot of people just want to know how to do it, because I know people are crazy, like, oh, how do you do that in your apartment? I don't use any little special transformers to get that voltage. I know sometimes people use stuff like that. They'll have a little transformer so that they can wire up stuff in their own place that can go from like 120 to 240. I don't have that. And this is what this video is for. It's for people who just can't buy something like that, or just can't do that, and really don't have any other ways. So I'm going to show you guys today how to hook up a 240 volt streetlight in either your house or apartment. So, all right, let's get started. So before I do get into this, I just want to put a little disclaimer. This video is doing a demonstration for people who are either in America, or I think Canada counts too. I believe Canada does have the same electrical systems and specs we do. So if you're not from America or not from Canada, this video will not help you, because actually I think those countries already use 240 volts as their standard, and we don't. So I just want to put that out there. If any foreign viewers are watching this video, this is for the American electrical systems only. And just to prove it to you, we have this style of outlet here. This is what we use in America. So if you're not from America, this video is probably pointless for you, so don't watch it. Unless you want to watch it and just see what it's like to do it in America. So I guess knock yourselves out. But yeah, if you're hooking up a streetlight and you're watching my video to try to figure it out, this video will probably not help you if you're not in America. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this panel off. This is not in my apartment. This is actually downstairs in our storage unit. I can't take ours off because ours is painted over, because this is a crappy apartment. Hi everyone, so this is probably the biggest continuity error I've ever made in the world. So right there, you just heard me say that I was going to take the panel off to show you guys 240. Well, while I was recording and then going back and editing, I never did that. I just pointed it out. So I am going to take the panel off. So I'm going to do it right now, but since I'm pretty much re-recording this little bit right here, you can see there, like I said, for 240, there's two sides. You got one phase on this side, which is 120, and then you have another phase on this side, and that is also 120. So there's two 240s in here. But let me take the panel off, because I want to make sure you guys actually see this correctly. Now, every pretty much residential building has 240 coming in it. So I will say, do not take the panel off just to advise you guys, because behind the panel there's a lot of exposed contacts, and you'll see this. So just, you know, like I said, for you guys who are doing this at home, there's no need to check for yourselves. Every house or residential style building, even an apartment, because an apartment counts as a residential building, has, I'm going to put these over here because these are not my, this is not my panel from my apartment. But yeah, please don't take this off. When it comes to working on electrical panels, they can be dangerous, and like I said, there's a lot of open contacts. So just, you know, again, this is why I'm making this video for you guys. I'm not going to worry about that screw. Go ahead and take the panel off. But yeah, right here you can see the service. This is where the service comes in. Pretty much on every panel. There's kind of a lot of stuff in here, but this white wire right here, that's to neutral for the whole system. But you can see right here, there's a red and a black. This is either your phase A or B, each one. I don't know which one would be phase A or B. I guess you can consider either one of them to be phase A or B, but they're two separate hots. The red is a 120 volt line coming in from the secondaries outside, and the black is also a 120 volt. So when you combine those two together, you got 240 volts. So 120 on one side of the panel, and 120 on the other side of the panel. And that is what you're going to need coming up here in just a minute to get a proper 240 volt hookup. So this isn't really the best example because this panel is a little older, but you can kind of see a little bit how, like, this contact doesn't really connect down to here. It's a very weird, this is a very weird panel system, obviously. But in a normal panel, you'd have more of a separate set of bars going on each side, but this older one still does the same exact thing. And again, that's why I say all that metal's electrified. So yeah, don't worry about opening the panel. You know, of course, like I said, this video is pretty much already demonstrating and showing you that. So, but now that we know that, what you want to do is find a receptacle that's on this one side of the panel, and then find another receptacle on the other side of the panel. Now these ones right here actually do connect to this panel. I do test stuff down here. I'm sorry for that. I actually have this receptacle hooked up on, I think, this side. I have it tapped in there in a kind of a stupid way. And then I have this receptacle on the right side here. It's actually, I think it's on this 20 amp that's off for right now. So, you know, that's how basically you want to have this setup. Of course, when we go upstairs, you're going to see it's definitely a little bit different, obviously, in a realistic setup. But that's this is pretty much a basic example. This outlet's on this side, and then this receptacle right down here is on the other side. And that's what you want to find upstairs. One that's on one side of the panel, and then another one that's on the other side of the panel. Anyway, knowing that, let's go upstairs and I'll get started. Alright, so to be able to hook up your 240 volt fixture, obviously, you'll need a 240 volt fixture. This is my Westinghouse OV10 that I did a video on a really long time ago. I'm happy to be able to bring it back for another video and some fun. And this fixture is super cool. And I think this is definitely a perfect fixture to show you guys a good example of how a 240 volt fixture works. So like I said, you got two hots. So this on here is, there's one hot, there's two hots, and then there's neutral. And this neutral is only for your photocell. So the only time you'll actually need a neutral on a 240 volt streetlight is when you have a photocell involved. But for just a direct hookup, you just need 240 volts, one 120 wire, and another 120 wire on two separate terminals. And everything usually is pre-wired for you, so I'm not going to get into how all that goes, but at least for the terminal side, that's all you need is just two hots, one 120 again, and then another 120, and then a neutral, just in case you have a photocell socket. And going out, obviously, to your two receptacles, you'll need two extension cords. Now, like I said, it doesn't matter what neutral you use on the extension cord. The neutral is really just the power that's going back. but you at least need to have one hot on each cord. So you'll need 2 cords, and then your fixture, obviously. So yeah, let's go ahead now. I'll show you guys which outlets in my place are on each side of the panel. Alright, so actually, before you choose the length of wire you need, I'm going to show you guys why it can be tricky for some of you, and I'm sure some of you understand this. The outlets I can use, everything on the left side of my panel is pretty much just all the rest of the outlets in here. And on the other side of the panel is the outlet below our sink for our garbage disposal. So to get 240 volts for me, I got to plug into that receptacle, because that one's on the left side, and then this outlet, including all the rest of them throughout the apartment, are actually on the right side. So yeah, mine's a little dumb. I'm sure for some people, half of the house is going to be on one side, and then half of it's going to be on the other. So you're probably going to put some cords through some bedrooms and hallways. But I guess unless you really do want to spend the money on a transformer, I'd go ahead and definitely do that, 120 to 240. But for people who really just can't do that, that's probably what you're going to have to do for some of you. But for me, it's not too bad. These are all vacuum cords. They're very long, so yeah. But once you have established which receptacles you're going to use, I'd go ahead and just basically start out with wiring this up. So you want to have one cord. And it also doesn't matter which terminal goes to which outlets. The power is all the same as long as you just have at least 120 coming into it. It doesn't matter if you have the right side here or the left side here, or the right side here or the left side here. It doesn't matter. You can swap them. They're all exactly the same. So you just got to make sure they're obviously separated. Now, one thing you cannot do, and it won't do anything, it just won't work. You can't take a 120 and then jump it over to here, because technically what you're going to get is voltage drop. You want to have 2 full 120s coming in separately into your streetlight. So that will not work. Do not try it. I have already tried it. So yeah, I'll go ahead, and for the neutrals, you can just tie them together. If anything trips, it will trip the breaker. At least with the photocell it will. And that's where this type of system isn't safe. Since the neutral isn't really connecting up to any of this stuff, there's no security. There's no security at all for this running. If anything short circuits, it's going to short circuit until somehow it hits this neutral. So this is where doing this can be a little unsafe. But yeah, just so you guys know. But yeah, just like I said, your 2 separate hots, and then you can just tie your neutrals together. They're not going to really do anything. In my case, I got a shorting cap on the photocell socket, so that's what I'm going to do for mine. And I'll go ahead and just leave this panel off. So for starters, I will go ahead and unplug this, because one hot goes down to the photocell and then directly into the socket, and then another hot just goes to the trans and then into the neutral side of the socket. So yeah. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Go ahead, I'll unplug my sister's water thing. So like I said, take one of your hots, plug them into one side, like this. And then of course for me it's the garbage disposal, so I'll go ahead and turn the switch on so that this outlet's on. I got the garbage disposal turned off. Let me turn on night vision here. Here we go. And basically, for me, I gotta use this outlet, so I'll go ahead and plug it in. There we go. That's plugged in, and of course if you have a photocell, you want to install that. Turn the night shot off. Go ahead, insert the the shorting cap here in my case. So if I can flip this the correct way, it's going to be shorting cap. Alright, and there we go. So right there is 240 volts running right now. So like I said, the one cord is on the outlet on the right side of the panel in my case, and then the other cord here goes to this outlet, which goes to the left side of the panel. So you got 120 here, and then you got 120 right here. So two nice fresh 120s starting up this fixture. And of course, like I said, if you have a photocell, you do need a neutral, but that neutral only goes for that photocell. So yeah, just keep in mind of that. And yeah, once you have your system going, you have a working 240 volt streetlight. So yeah, really cool. A lot of people will get these types of lights and won't know how to hook them up, so they'll kind of just give up and you know, just gut them. And you know, I really care about originality, and I definitely want people to keep their fixtures original so that these can be preserved and that future generations can actually know about what they truly used. So doing that is really important. So yeah, now hopefully now that you guys know how to do this, yeah, you guys will be more obligated to keep them 240. 240 really, doing this in 240 is really not that bad. Now when it comes to 480, it's a little bit more challenging, but I'll probably do a video on that another time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little short video I did of how to get 240 volts in your apartment or house if you don't really have any transformers or anything to go from 120 to 240 for you. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. I know some of you guys have been requesting me to do this in my comments. Of course, if you guys have any other questions or anything specific, now that I'm above 500 subscribers, please go check out my community page. You guys can always post comments and questions if you guys want me to do any particular video. So yeah, the streetlight's getting really nice and bright. One thing I love about 240, I'll mention it real quick, is these coil transformers are so quiet. So yeah, really, really nice. Anyway, I hope you guys, like I said again, enjoyed this video, and I hope it was helpful. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more streetlight and traffic signal content. I do have some plans this summer. I know I did a poll and there's some videos you guys want me to do. I know you guys want me to do a OV25 video. I'm definitely going to do that here pretty soon, so I'll look forward to that. And if you guys like this video, please drop a like down below, and if there's any other easier methods actually of getting 240, please let me know. But I don't think it can get any easier than this. Obviously I could buy a trans, but I don't have the money to do that, so yeah. Anyway, I'm glad I was able to teach you guys something new today. Please be safe while doing this. This is dangerous, and enjoy your 240 volt streetlights. Goodbye.